Defense made a motion for a mistrial. Prosecutor was up to some fuckery. Potentially damaging evidence, no basis for it. The judge specifically said, do not ask that question. Do not use that as evidence. She walked right down the path and asked the question. It may be over on Tuesday morning. Batman Bruce Wayne bitch snitch. Gerald Brooks, your constitution does not apply to me because I'm a sovereign citizen, a traveler on the land, I'm the Moorish Empire or whatever, bitch snitch. Because they're so fucking absurd. If you want to be a sovereign citizen, just do yourself a favor first. Go to YouTube here and just get every sovereign citizen that's ever been before. Find me one that won. God dang, you're right. Don't go down this. It's not the path. Don't have time for stupidity. Some clever dick on the internet didn't find the great loophole in all of the world's law. Bitch snitch. God dang, you're right. God dang, you're right. Traveler on the land. God dang, you're right. Moorish Empire. Traveler on the land. Bitch snitch. Moorish Empire. God dang, you're right. Traveler on the land. Bitch snitch. The late evening U.S. people.
She met him at a home one night. Said, let's start with a kiss, it'll be alright. But now she might have a bun in the oven times two, and neither of them knows what to do. It's a blow by blow. Who's the daddy show? Is it twins from a blowjob? Oh, I don't know. Paternity tests and lawyers in sight. This crazy situation just ain't right.
Yeah. Everybody sing along.
She's not the one to blame. Says it's biologically insane. But she's pointing fingers.
Oh, come on, everybody. You know the lyric. Come on, sing along.
It's a blow by blow. Who's the daddy show? Is it twins from a blowjob? Oh, I don't know. Paternity tests and lawyers in sight. This crazy situation just ain't right. Now legal advice says he takes a drink. Says let's settle this without the legal stink. He challenges her lawyer. Please be better. We don't need another bad letter. So let's raise a glass to this legal brawl. May sanity prevail and pride take a fall. Twins from a blowjob, what have you to hide? But let's find some peace, let your conscience be your guide.
Jeff, you know you're muted, right?
Oh my God, no! I'm muted!
I'm back here
Kill me!
I'm laughing my ass off because you're the whole time. Do you want to start again? Start again.
All right. Fuck it. Let's go. Hey, that was. At least I didn't do it for 15 minutes like normal. So there is that. And it's not like they don't know what I said. It's the same shit I've said every day for the last 2 years. So, you know.
Well, that's true. They could just, you know what, if you want to know what he said, just go to yesterday's stream and watch
Pretty
the beginning of that.
Pretty
The chat was like, good God, I've gone deaf.
Now all the deaf people can hate me just like they hate Dave Neal. So anyway, but I'm not sure why the deaf people hate him, but all right.
Well, he's rubbish. That's why. He's rubbish.
He's rubbish.
Tug and I exposed him last night. We pulled those short shorts down around his ankles. Exposed Dave Neal. By the way, it's Dave Neal's birthday today. Happy birthday, Dave. Happy birthday, Dave. And it's my LawTube birthday, my YouTube birthday tomorrow. Really?
Yes, May 2nd, 2 years ago, I started this crazy shenanigans. All right, let me give you the shortened version. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We don't have time to screw around, so let's jump into it. We got our like and subscribe poll. 300 people here right now, 133 likes. Less than half you haven't done your job. Don't make me go through this crap. It's not like you're new here. You know what to do. Get out there, hit the stupid like button, hit the stupid subscribe button. It'll be fucking funny. Trust me, okay? God. Just get out there and do it.
7 minutes in and an F-bomb. Don't forget to send the breadstick money. We are now demonetized for sure.
And take our like and subscribe poll. Today's like and subscribe poll. So many filings. What are we? We're falling behind. What should I do? Suck it up, Pond Scum Law Boy. And less Megan Fox might help.
Suck it up. Don't tell me to suck it up. You don't know what will happen.
Why is there only 7% of you saying less Megan Fox might help when clearly she's proving my point right here? But 37%
what does your
of you
damn poll say? I didn't even see it. My name is mentioned in your poll.
Twice. I said, yeah, there's so many filings. I'm falling behind. What should I do? One of them, suck it up, Pond Scum Law Boy. The other's less Megan Fox might help. And then, well, shut up. Definitely more Megan Fox. And this too shall pass. Go with
I better
God.
Be winning.
You are so far.
Yes.
4% more than suck it up, Pond Scum Law Boy. Only 7% have said less Megan Fox when clearly we know why I'm falling behind. We do only have her for an hour. We can only have our way with Megan for an hour. And then it's Dave's turn.
I gotta go over to Dave. It's a wild and wacky day today, folks. Yeah. Wild.
So are you going to be on Dave or is Dave going to be on you? Who's going to be on top?
I'm going to be on Dave.
Okay. All right.
Look at how insanely white I am. I need some sun. My skin is too white.
I would say blame your parents and the rest of your ancestors for that one.
Seriously, though, I'm so fish white. It's terrible. I look like fish belly. Please ignore the glowing arms.
Not like that one guy that was going viral the other day with the child that was several shades darker, and his wife said, "Oh, we had some darker colored people way back in our ancestry somewhere."
Don't laugh. That can actually happen.
Yes, well, the baby looked very much like her boss. Anyway,
all right, we have filings on filings.
Oh my God.
On top of filings.
Because we've got to finish we're almost done with our dramatic reading from yesterday.
Do we have to finish that? Can't we just skip right to the new stuff? God, fine.
No, because we got to do that. Then we have to do the rebuttal. And then while I was getting ready to do the rebuttal today, Clayton filed another thing, and then Gingras filed 2 more things. So I'm like 4 behind.
I know. That's why I think we should just skip to the new stuff.
And they're all like 50 goddamn pages long.
I told you this was going to be like this for the next until the trial. It's going to be like this.
I haven't made a playlist for this yet because I keep thinking it's going to go away tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, no, so like this is the motion. Then we got to read the response to the motion. Then Clayton filed a response to the motion, and then Gingrich filed
and the
a
judge
motion.
ruled.
To limit
The
it.
judge ruled she has denied the motion to compel lunch.
Denied.
Yeah,
That's just what you
surprise!
know. Surprise! Big surprise there. There will be no forced lunching with David Dingus.
See, I want to read the order because if I was the judge, I would say I might have forced him to meet with you if you had asked for that, but you asked for lunch, and I'm not going to do that.
Apparently, it's one sentence long. Order denied.
Denied. Sit down.
Sit down. It's basically this.
Denied. Sit down.
All right. Well, that's where we sit here. We got Megan now for 46 minutes.
Okay, just tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Lies. Oh,
It's not lies. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. God, my grays are getting out of control.
Do you ever find yourself walking through, just going about your regular old, hi, I'm a normal, working mom, Megan Fox, doing my YouTube and journalism and other things days, and then you just find yourself doing Laura Owens vocal fry for no reason whatsoever?
To my children, definitely. I'm like, totally. Especially when my middle child wants to talk about K-pop. I'm like, that's awesome.
Because I was making my smoky old fashioned with some Ardbeg 5.
Ooh, that looks good.
And I was just like walking around the kitchen going, where's my measuring cup? And then I was like, measuring cup. Where's my measuring cup?
If I could have this voice in real life, I would totally turn it on. And it would make people crack up everywhere I went. I'd be at McDonald's and I'd be like, I need a large Diet Coke and a small fry.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, I just caught myself doing that. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What is wrong with my life that I'm walking around the kitchen going, where's my measuring cup?
By the way, Fairy Fox, the middle one, the K-pop fan, she is tonight going to Enhypen. She's in Chicago, and she is going to Enhypen tonight. Her daddy has driven her there. They left yesterday, and I can't wait to hear all about it. It's going to be awesome.
You've failed as a parent, Megan.
Come on, what's worse? I mean, she could be into vaping, right? Or
yeah,
I don't know, drugs. She's into K-pop is her drug. I'll take it.
All right. I told my son if he had to choose between crack and K-pop, I know where I'd want him to choose, and it's not.
Oh,
K-pop.
stop it!
No, all right.
That's a
Okay.
damn lie. I can't even come up with lies that good.
For those of you that didn't catch us last night, or for the refresher, for those of you, do you see all these pages scrolling by? This is dealing with one question. This was dealing with the question of this sonogram that you admit to having altered. Where did it come from? How did it get into your hands? Who gave this to you? And how much of it did you fuck with? And she still hasn't answered the question. And we're like 10 pages into this question. We got here to page 90, and we've only got that's it. I guess three more pages left. 3 of these little quarter pages.
I'm
ready. All right, let's start with 24 above here.
Okay.
Now, by the way, this is the very recent deposition of God, I keep wanting to say Lynette. Oh my God, they're just like they're living in my brain.
They're morphing together.
They both start with L's, which doesn't help me at all. Laura Owens. This is Laura Owens' deposition.
My child just fell down.
Ah, yes, they're different. Whatever this image is that you doctored, did you walk out of the Mission Be a Ho Planned Parenthood with it in your paws?
Wait, what number?
Number 1 on page 90, your answer.
Oh, yes.
No, that would be the answer on line 1, not the question on line 3.
Oh, well, I didn't. Are you referring to doctoring in terms of the top?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I didn't alter the ultrasound image, and this is even reviewed by another doctor independently.
Well, we can debate that, but this particular image, how did you get it?
I thought I had taken a picture with my phone, was taken with my phone, so I don't recall.
So you may, your position would be, you were in Planned Parenthood. You took a screenshot with your cell phone, and then you came back to Phoenix, and you used Photoshop to change the caption.
I used Adobe Acrobat to change the caption. Yes.
Okay. How would you get me the original of what this was before you fucked with it?
I can contact Planned Parenthood to see if, from the day I was there, if there are records from there.
So you would be willing to, for my office, sign not just a HIPAA release, but a special waiver that California may require because of their confidentiality laws with their Planned Parenthood and privacy, so that I could just have that original information, right?
I mean, I don't know what rights I would be waiving in California.
Well, you want Judge Mata to have the original records in front of her, correct?
Judge Mata will see I was pregnant. I have other pregnancy records as well.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, this is not a debate. This, in particular, Exhibit 9, you have provided, and you have acknowledged.
To Clayton, yes.
Yes, to Clayton. I have got it, too. It's right in front of me. You acknowledge you made changes to this document, correct?
Correct.
Because right now, I got to take your word that it's the original, right? Because there's no verification.
Correct.
So you're going to work with my office to contact Mission Viejo and get the original source material from their database, whatever it is, so we can see what this image looked like before whatever you did to it. Can we agree to that?
Like I said, I went anonymous, but I'm happy to help you guys however I can.
Why did you go in anonymous?
Because I didn't want people to know that I was pregnant at the time.
But Planned Parenthood is privileged. You've been there before.
I had been there before, but I didn't want anyone to find out because I wasn't in a relationship or anything.
Oh, you understand why people may think you might be lying about this exhibit number 9, right?
I do. Yes.
Okay, let's move on. I'm going to move on to show you exhibit 10.
Was 10 the video?
Yes, you saw the video this September. Oh, my Lord, this woman is aggravating.
I don't know what you mean.
Close.
I don't think I understand the question.
Shut up.
All right, are we finally on to Greg's new motion?
We are, but we've got a couple little housekeeping items over here to take care of. You can rest your voice. Now you know how I felt doing that for 6 fucking hours a couple of weeks ago. All right, we have Don Hazlitt kicking us off. Good morning from PGH, Pennsylvania. I assume that's Pittsburgh. Wish I could do more. Hey, you're doing more just by being here, and hey, just being here, happy, smiling, and chat. That's enough. But I appreciate that. Just pretend that I drank half your coffee. Unhung Hero, $2. You're muted, Boomer. Yeah, I figured that out when Megan told me. But thank you. Thank you for paying $2 to humiliate me. Island, but you're saying it with feeling, whatever it is. Yes, I was. I was. Learn to lip read, people. You should know that by now. It's not on me, it's on you. You've been slacking. Stephanie Lennon, welcome to the Marcel podcast. Shut up, Stephanie. Thanks for the money. Move on. I see these were all whilst I was giving my impassioned opening statement here. Don't worry, Lawrack, says Jennifer with a £5. With dedication, you should be able to clear the backlog by 2027 AD. And DCV Titan with a Canadian $2. K-pop is the first step on the path to Fujoshi. And
I don't want to know what that is.
Cheesehead lost on Bourbon Street. What's been up 20 months? This is one of the OGs. OGest of the OGs. Happy YouTube birthday. You were probably there for the original days, and that was back. All right, thank you everybody for all of that super amazing, wonderful support. I love all of you. It's deeply, deeply appreciated. It's going to go straight into the vacation fund. Yay! All right, people. Whew, we got through the motion for relief from judgment based on fraud. Now we've got the petitioner's response to respondents' amended motion for relief based on fraud. And if we're lucky, we'll get to the respondent's response to the petitioner's response to the respondent's amended motion for relief based on fraud. But for now, we'll just stay right here.
Oh, this is going to be so good. Wait, what is this?
What? This is the response to what we just read.
No, we don't want this. We want the new one.
I know, but we have to read this response so we know what Echard is responding to.
You really don't want. Okay, just read that's 149 pages, Jeff.
Oh no, God, we're just going to read the motion itself, not all the shit.
Yeah, but we're not going to get through it all. Read the first two paragraphs, and then we can move on. I'm not kidding. The first two paragraphs are enough.
Yeah, we're just going to read this little bit here. It's like only 12 pages.
For fuck's sake. Okay, I'll just be quiet while you read.
No, just be with me. You can scoop me with the new stuff, Megan.
I know, but it's so good. All right.
We'll skip around for fuck's sakes then.
All right, just read, just start reading.
Petitioner Laura Owens, Ms. Owens, or petitioner respectfully submits the following response to respond, blah, blah, blah. As explained below, there has been no fraud of any kind in this process. Yes, Mrs. Owens made some misstatements along the way.
Let me tell you now about all the fraud that happened in this case.
Yes, she perjured herself a few times, but not really.
I like this, including misstatements to third parties and at least one minor misstatement. Your Honor, it's just a little minor perjury.
One minor misstatement to the court.
No, just at least.
Yes. There could be more because he likes words. Yes, he likes words. Words mean things to him. Yes, he says in all caps, she has made some misstatements along the way, and at least one to the court in the order of protection proceeding. As explained below, none of those misstatements affected the outcome of the order of protection proceeding, nor do they have any effect on the paternity proceeding, of course, except, of course, to the extent they bear on Ms. Owens' overall credibility. That's kind of the whole point.
Oh, shit.
Your client's credibility is kind of the whole freaking point.
I don't know what you know about defamation, Jeff, but if you plan on suing someone for saying your client's a liar and then you file a motion that says, Your Honor, I know my client's a liar, but I think you may have just ruined your case. I don't know. I'm not a fancy lawyer.
Stop making sense, Megan. Stop it. Stop it. We don't need any of that around here. We don't need any decency and common sense. As will eventually become clear once all the facts are known, even accepting the problems with Ms. Owens' credibility. It's like 5 times he said that in the first 3 sentences that she's got problems. There is objective medical proof Ms. Owens was, in fact, pregnant. And she believed with good reason that Mr. Echard was the father. Thus, even accepting other unfortunate but unrelated problems with credibility.
How many times is he going to say she's a goddamn liar?
I think, yes, she has made some misstatements. Including misstatements to third parties, misstatement to the court. None of those misstatements affected the order. Eventually became clear that accepting problems with her credibility. Even accepting other unfortunate. That's number 6 in the first 3 paragraphs. 6
it's
times
unbelievable.
He said she's got problems.
And he thinks he can say that we can't say she's a liar.
She had valid good faith basis to commence paternity proceedings. For these reasons, the protective order previously entered on October 26, 2023, and it was valid, factual, and had a valid and factual legal basis. There are no grounds to change that decision. Accordingly, Mr. Echard's motion should be denied, and Ms. Owens should be awarded her reasonable attorney fees incurred in preparing this response pursuant to this rule. We don't need the procedural preface. That's all garbage. The introduction, we don't need that. It's not boring. It's very interesting. But...
Here, wait. We missed the doctoring of the sonogram. Go back up.
All right, discussion. The order / injunctions are typically focused on preventing unlawful conduct but they also have potential to impact
this
certain
is not
constitutionally
it.
protected activities. I didn't think it was. She was legally eligible for the order of protection. This was the see, now I'm not going to be able to focus on this. Megan's got me all flustered. We're just going to go to the new stuff. Shit. We're gonna do this in reverse.
He says in here, my
Yes.
client's a liar. We know that, but her lies didn't actually impact the
Yes.
case on a material basis. Okay, that's the entire thing. That's what
Yes.
he says. My client's a liar. Everybody knows it. She has credibility problems, but she believed it, so it's fine. And so she didn't file the protective order based on fraud. That's really all it says.
We'll read the headlines here. There's the introduction, blah, blah, blah. Echard
There's the
bad.
sonogram image. Next page, though, you just passed it.
Up here.
Yeah, 3. Mr. Echard, okay, a point which this part is really pisses me off. Mr. Echard now seeks relief from this order, but only sort of. As a starting point and as a recurring theme, Mr. Echard argues plaintiff was never pregnant by defendant, a point which was arguably litigated and resolved against him at a hearing, at a protection order hearing. No, it fucking wasn't.
No.
That's at a family court case. A protection order judge is not going to litigate and resolve an issue in a family court proceeding that is entirely unrelated. This is a lie. Mr. Echard then proceeds to cite a handful of various fraudulent things done by Miss Owens, including modifying a sonogram image and lying about which doctors saw her.
The part I was looking for is because the one thing that Echard's lawyer Woodnick was saying was she falsified this sonogram, which was the basis, the sole reason the judge gave this order of protection was because of this sonogram.
Well, and he says it isn't. And so Dingus is saying, oh, no, it wasn't. Well, when we get to Greg's new filing, his response to this response, he's going to quote the judge directly. And you will see that the judge only made the decision because he said that the photo was unflattering. Can you believe that, by the way? Unflattering? The hell, Judge Duty? The hell is wrong with you? This is America. You're allowed to post unflattering things about people. That is not harassment. It is not in need of an order of protection.
So he says she was legally eligible for the order of protection. The relationship between the victim and the defendant is currently or was previously a romantic or sexual relationship. So it meets that. Echard denies sexual intercourse, but Ms. Owens claims sex occurred in addition to oral sex and other activities.
Other activities.
Thus, even if Mr. Echard was
oral
correct,
arguments.
Rebuttals. Ms. Owens was never pregnant. The point is entirely irrelevant to her right to seek relief. That actually is, and see, this contradicts him, I think, because he was saying, I think when he was saying that this was arguably settled by the judge, because if she wasn't pregnant, the judge wouldn't have needed to give her the protection order in this regard. But now, exactly, Yoda. But now here he's saying that even if she wasn't pregnant, that doesn't affect her right to get this. So maybe that wasn't litigated, dumbass.
It wasn't, because on the order itself,
clearly wasn't.
It literally says, the judge makes a note that it has not been decided whether or not she's pregnant. So how he can say it was litigated and resolved against him is totally untrue.
The court properly found that facts supported the application. Here's some proof. Ms. Owens was pregnant, just like Donald Trump did with writer E. Jean Carroll. In his obsessive never to smear and defames Ms. Owens. Here comes the Trump derangement syndrome again. Mr. Echard claims Ms. Owens was never pregnant and that she had provided no verifiable medical evidence to support her alleged twin pregnancy, and that every obstetrician and gynecologist has indicated they have no records, as she was never seen to be a patient. Each of these is a knowingly false statement. And then we go on down here, and this kind of guess gives us enough of the gist. I'm going to go back and read this.
There's the expert report that's in here. It says, hey, I know of a virgin birth. Her hymen was intact.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. And her name was Maria, and it was Christmas 2 days before Christmas. For real. That's what her expert is arguing.
Yoda doesn't want any of that shit either. All right, let's see here. Where are we? Now I have to go to the Echard file. The Echard files.
Yeah, go to today's filing, because it's going to blow all of this shit out of the water.
Reply to amended. There we go. That's what we need. Document number 21.
Reply to petitioner's response to respondents. Yep, this is it. This is the one. This is the one.
Yes, it is. Defendant / respondent Clayton Echard, by and through counsel undersigned, hereby files this. This is the response to his amended motion to read. Hello, are you done, Yoda? Thank you very much. Tampering with evidence.
Man scared.
Rough. Tampering with evidence is more than just a misstatement and is appropriately addressed in ARS 13289. Here, Laura has committed significant levels of fraud in both the order of protection proceeding at issue and during the course of the paternity action, also before this court. Notably missing from Laura's response is any acknowledgement that the sonogram at issue, which she finally admitted at deposition was falsely attributed to Southwest Medical Imaging, has also been confirmed not to have originated from Planned Parenthood.
Well.
Exhibit 1. Planned Parenthood, Melody Health, Woodnick, give us your documents. To whom it may concern, we can confirm that records we provided previously included all the information we have on file for the patient identified in your request. The patient had scheduled an appointment for July 2nd, 2023, but our records show that the appointment was canceled. The visit summary provided by the patient would be consistent with a summary generated for a canceled visit. That look I attended thing she showed.
Yeah, I sought care. Didn't show up for it.
It was a summary for a canceled visit. Per our EMR team, the ultrasound image provided in your fax does not appear consistent with Planned Parenthood, with ultrasound images generated by our practice. Although this patient was not seen by us, Planned Parenthood Orange and San Bernardino Counties, Inc., for an appointment, there are other Planned Parenthood providers affiliates in our area, and it is possible the patient was seen by a different Planned Parenthood entity. So what are the odds, Megan? That's gonna be, I forgot. It wasn't Mission Viejo. It was somewhere else. And then there's gonna be like there's gonna be a fire at a Planned Parenthood center somewhere. And damn. Ugh. And it's possible the patient was seen by a different Planned Parenthood entity, which we would not be able to confirm or speak to. See, this is how private this shit is. One Planned Parenthood office can't speak to another Planned Parenthood office about your stuff. It's medicine, people. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact PPOSBC. Thank you. Thanks, Veronica. Pleasure to meet you. I hope this is the last thing you have to do with this case. You don't show up later on a witness list somewhere. Lord have mercy.
Get so good.
It is. I don't think it's going to be able to be all heard in 2 hours on June 10th, I'm afraid.
I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see.
Well, Megan, moreover, via medical records from 2016, which were also dubious.
Oh my God.
Laura claims she had ovarian cancer and that she had an ovary removed. Okay.
Chainsaw's ready.
An ovary.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Right.
Lied.
Hi.
That motherfucker back there is not real.
Right to jail, right away.
This is the kind of thing that just tickles my balls.
Anybody want to change your answer to less Megan Fox now?
No, button wars are the best.
Oh God,
I'm here
my
for
ribs
the
hurt.
button wars. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare button war.
That's why you're the judge and I'm the law talking guy.
The lawyer.
Don't
Right.
get brazen with me.
I see. This is my stream, so I can up the ante on that one. I've got the video for that one, but I'm not going to bring it up. Oh, why not?
Before the
Don't
princess
get
went.
brazen with me.
All the buttons.
All the buttons.
How dare you?
Oh, a missing ovary. The case of the missing ovary.
Encyclopedia Brown is on the case.
So now let me get
Nancy Drew Hardy
straight.
Boy's mystery, the case of the missing ovary.
Let me get this straight. She had ovarian cancer in 2016. She had an ovary removed. The other ovary's got a big cyst on it, and somehow she became pregnant by adjacent sperm that swam in there and found the one busted egg that she has from the ovary that has the tumors.
Have you seen the show on Netflix, the baby reindeer?
Yes.
I want to get the sound clip of her going
Scary.
when she's talking about how fertile she is. I just remember it was funny. Can't remember what she said.
Oh God.
But all righty, I'm in the middle of it right now. All right. Moreover, okay, she had one.
She lost his vanishing ovary syndrome.
It's a Christmas miracle. one ovary ate the other ovary.
Of course, the one day I put eye makeup on, you guys are gonna make me cry, and now my eyes are gonna burn, and it's gonna run down my face. God damn it! Stop.
Right. At least we're not taking people on a Google Maps tour of the neighborhood.
Hey, now that was great entertainment.
Ozzy just Jen says, well, there seems to be 2 on the sonogram.
Are there?
I don't know. I wasn't. I must
can't
admit,
read
I wasn't
sonograms.
looking for ovaries. I was just looking for my mug, my fetus smoking a cigar. That's the only image I was looking for. Smoking my pipe. All right. So she apparently she claimed she had ovarian cancer and that she had an ovary removed. Information that is patently missing from any of the medical records provided by Laura, including not being provided to her own expert. And which would have
be important information for the expert to take into consideration.
And as he mentions, it would have considerable impact on her ability to become pregnant had there actually been intercourse. There is no mention of John Chung Kail Chan, MD's records for Laura, who reportedly diagnosed her with real ovarian cancer.
Wait a minute. He wrote that?
I don't know.
He said a doctor said real ovarian cancer, not something that just may be there. Let's see if this is a real doctor.
It doesn't seem like it.
Well, he has an office.
Oh, he does. Okay.
But
John Chung Kail Chan.
Palo Alto, is that in California?
Yes, it is.
Oh wait, he also has a San Francisco office. He works at sutterhealth.org. Lord Yoda, what is that? A bottle? Is he chewing on a bottle?
A bone. It is strawberry eating a bone. See, this is weird how the microphone picks it up, but I can't hear it in my own headphones.
Well, it could just be me.
No, it's everybody. They complain about it all the time.
Oh,
and then they get mad. They get mad. See? Everything is so fucking loud back there in the background. What's going on over there? God, it's so loud. It's so distracting. And then I do something like, leave the dog alone.
Leave the dog alone. Okay. Obstetrics and gynecology.
Well, it's right department at least.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dr. Gupta. Oh, but see, this isn't quoting her. This seems to be okay. This seems to be a quote from a doctor. The records for Laura, who reportedly diagnosed her. So it's not like Laura said. It's like he reportedly diagnosed her with real ovarian cancer, not light ovarian cancer or a little bit of ovarian. It's like real ovarian cancer, not something that just may be there. Or Rebecca Yee, MD's records for Laura, who said yesterday, oh my Lord, is she falsifying more medical records? I think that's what we're alleging here. Rebecca Yee, MD's records for Laura, who said yesterday, 8/30/16, you received ovary removal surgery and oophorectomy of your right ovary, as well as a surgical abortion.
Do they do those at the same time?
I don't know, but something tells me that would be weird if they did. Because that's
see.
like totally different departments, I would guess. I don't know. Oncology and elective surgery.
Yeah, right. You would need
Weird.
an oncologist who's also a surgeon, right?
Wow. So she was diagnosed with real ovarian cancer, not the fake kind. She was not the real kind.
The real
And
kind.
apparently, there's allegedly medical records out there that show she had an ovary removed. Yeah, there's sure wasn't a lobotomy. Yeah, someone was mentioned there along with a lobotomy. Becky's a hoe name, says Flux. Oh, my Lord in heaven. We've only got you for 16 more minutes, Megan. I'm crushed. I'm sad. As and for his reply, Clayton states as follows. Laura's response begs the question why this court must set aside her protective order, which was procured based on fraud. Well, fortunately, this court ordered petitioner to attend her deposition. She had previously failed to appear.
According to Microsoft Bing, you can get an abortion and an oophorectomy at the same time, and that it's common to combine the procedure because of the risk reduction and also recovery time.
All right. There you go.
So it can be done.
It can be done. Apparently quite commonly, I guess. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's according to Bing. It says it's done all the time.
Huh. Well, fortunately, the court ordered her to attend the deposition and to provide disclosure. Chewing on my Luxardo cherry. They're so delicious.
They are delicious. I have an entire can of those.
They're expensive here. It's like one jar is like $20.
I bought the big one.
Yum.
I got it on Amazon.
Anyway, Rule 49. She had provided insufficient information prior to this court's orders and then continued to not comply, prompting the eventual order to compel. Those discovery and disclosure processes revealed that Laura had modified medical records that were used in underlying paternity matters and in the collateral protective order matters. More shockingly, it exposed Laura's...
We got to read the footnote.
I will,
really
since I finish the paragraph. More shockingly, it exposed Laura's history of fabricating pregnancy claims, and medical records extends to at least 3 other men. Would you like to read the footnote, Megan?
Note. Laura already admitted at her deposition to doctoring the sonogram, but avowed that she had obtained the original on July 2, 2024 at Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood has since confirmed that Laura was never seen there for an ultrasound appointment and had, in fact, canceled the July 2 appointment. Planned Parenthood also noted that the sonogram she claimed was from them was not consistent with the sonograms performed at Planned Parenthood. Laura also claimed there might not be records of this appointment because she made it anonymously, which Planned Parenthood has also confirmed is a load of bullshit. It's not possible. And they do not offer anonymous appointments. Note, consistent with the court's order that no medical records are to be publicly available, these medical records have only been provided to Laura. So isn't it interesting that Greg is following the court order, but Dingus is not? He's just posting grody, gross photographs and medical records all over the place, including one that
I am Dracula.
The bloody pictures. Sorry.
Including a medical record that could be potentially embarrassing to his client that talked about the amount of shit in her colon, that she's full of shit. That wasn't me that put that out there. That was her lawyer.
That was a medical finding.
My God. Yeah, she has a medical finding that she's full of shit, which,
not legally full of shit, maybe. That's still open for at least a discussion on June 10th. But she's medically full of shit.
Which really could explain the distended belly situation also.
Mine is just booze and food. Laura's response to the amended motion to set aside is a lesson in fallacies. She likes fallacies. It has all the classic trappings of
phrasing.
It has all the classic trappings of false authority, non sequiturs, suppressed evidence, and red herrings. As referenced, the data set Laura's medical expert relied on is missing key foundational information, ostensibly because Laura failed to share information with her own expert. Her medical expert and his report will appropriately be objected to at trial under Rule 702 and Daubert. The response uses fallacies in a distorted attempt to avoid the realities of ARS, blah, 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 and by Laura's own admission, and is confirmed by Smile and Planned Parenthood, Laura tampered with medical records and, despite this, used them as evidence in court proceedings. Laura refers to this civil and criminally punishable behavior as some misstatements.
Just minor perjury, Your Honor. Little minor perjury. Never hurt anybody.
Yeah. Speaking of never hurting anybody, we have to love our chat. We have to love the chat. Lindsay with the $2. I'm Grammar Police. Poll says being. Love you. Look, misspelling shit in the poll is the least of my problems tonight.
True.
Well, I can't change the poll once it's up there. Fletcher Boy with the $2. Misstatement. Lies. Tomato. She lied. Ella P.
She lied?
You physically cannot have boy-girl twins with only one ovary. You need 2 eggs released. I can't one ovary release 2 eggs at a time in some cases. I mean, because, you know, if you get like triplets, at least one ovary is getting rid of 2 eggs.
Can one, wait, yeah, more than one egg can be released from an ovary.
Yeah,
I'm
like
sure
Octomom, she was just spitting eggs out of everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
She had 8 ovaries. I don't think so, but yeah. Octo ovaries. Octovaries. Thank you very much, Ella P. and Tammy Fayette. Cannibalism shows up everywhere, Jeff lol. Even in the womb. The womb warrior. Arr. Speaking of womb warriors, is Emu Warrior. Member for 19 months. Lurking and liking. Do not enter. We should put. We should send Laura a T-shirt that says "Danger, do not enter" on it. Oh, blah blah blah. Her bloating scan would show only one ovary. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to like go back and look at the.
Now we have to look at the other records.
Now you're gonna make me look at her ovaries. God damn it!
It's like she's got me working on her payroll for nothing. You gotta go. Oh, now I gotta go back and look.
Well, Gingras all has everybody else working on his payroll for free, so
that's true.
And we just keep taking the bait like we're doing right here now. I'm just morbidly curious. Now, if it turns out that he actually was the father, Clayton, we're gonna have some words. This is not the first time Laura has tampered with medical evidence, which is relevant as a sonogram. Was the basis for Laura's OOP being upheld. That's the order of protection. I order you to use protection in the future. To be clear, Judge Duty clearly stated at the conclusion of the order of protection hearing that he was upholding the order of protection because of the sonogram issue. The sonogram in the image at issue. Laura appears to prefer to diminish the importance of the sonogram that she altered and presented as evidence. Had Laura re-listened to the audio from the hearing, she would recall that when he made his decision, Judge Duty stated, "The way you published this photo, it's unflattering. That's my reason for making this decision." Tell us about how.
All right, so there it is. There it is, by the way. Yeah. So there it is. The judge stated that that's why he made the decision because of that photo, which Clayton still maintains he didn't post. That was somebody on Reddit that posted that. Because she put all of this shit on a Dropbox. She claimed that Clayton was the only one to have it. That wasn't true. She put that sonogram and that picture of herself with the distended belly on Dropbox, and somebody on Reddit photoshopped it into a Halloween costume, which was very funny.
I think they should just pull Maury out of retirement. He can tell us who the father is like that. Maury will tell us. Is he the father or not? That's all I want. Megan, tell us how she's prolific with her arts and craft skills.
Oh God, the arts and crafts. It's MG says we need a transcript from that hearing or the video of the hearing. I know it's been requested. The problem is we do not know if it exists. The transcript should exist, but we don't we think there may not have been a recording for whatever reason, but we're working on it. We're working on it.
Would you care to read the next paragraph about being prolific with arts and crafts
Yeah,
skills?
Laura is prolific with her arts and crafts skills, as upon information and belief, the same tampering occurred in her prior pregnancy fraud matters, so much so that in at least one instance, the actual patient whose records were falsely attributed to Laura in the other matter, which the Gillespie matter, which this court took judicial notice of, FYI, at Dingus's request, has stepped forward to share the trauma of seeing her medical records bearing Laura's name and the stolen valor of tragic pregnancy loss via a phenomenon known as vanishing twin syndrome, VTS. Not to be confused with BTS.
BTS, yeah.
To be clear.
That's vanishing testosterone syndrome.
There are 3 ultrasounds.
Where did the goddamn footnote go? There was, but I've intercoursed it up.
Well, quit intercoursing it up, Jeff.
I know.
Off you intercourse.
There we go. Oddly enough, Laura's counsel blogged his theory that Laura has experienced this rare phenomenon. See, what the hell is a vanishing twin? And here's the link.
What an ass. To be clear. Okay, you're going on.
No, we have you for limited time, so we're going to use you as much as we can.
There are 3 ultrasounds that have been altered. 1 image used in the OOP current proceeding, 1 video, and 1 21-week sonogram, which she claimed, of course, that she miscarried before then, because then she would need a fetal death certificate. The first is the one that has been confirmed to have not come from Planned Parenthood or Southwest Medical Imaging. The second is an ultrasound video dated September 5th, 2023 that Laura now claims was faked by one of her prior victims. The video was sent from Laura's email, contained her biographical information, and Laura sent it to Clayton and Steve Carbone, Reality Steve, Exhibit 2. Upon information and belief, once Laura realized the video sent to Clayton and the media was identical to a publicly accessible video online from years ago, she falsely attributed to Smile. She backpedaled and emailed Clayton on October 14th. This afternoon, I opened the file labeled sonogram 9523.mov. I'm 100% sure you won't believe me, but I had a different sonogram video with that title that I uploaded weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Exhibit 3. To date, that different sonogram video has not been disclosed.
Now, this letter to Carbone is very interesting.
Let's read Exhibit 2. Should we?
All of these emails attached are.
I know. I haven't read any. I read the one from Steve. I have that one.
Where are we at here? Where the shit is?
It's Exhibit 2. Exhibit 2, Jeff.
I know. There we go. Steve, says Greg Woodnick, as you may know, my office represents Clayton Echard in the residual portion of a paternity matter pending in Arizona. My understanding is that you had a communication directly with Laura Owens in the fall of 2023 regarding the alleged pregnancy. I don't know the extent of your communication, and I'm assuming it is related to your role as a media reporter covering Clayton, former bachelor, and Laura Owens, podcaster, etc. She's a podcaster, etc. Clayton has an ultrasound video that he says Laura sent him digitally on or about October 6th that was addressed through deposition. The ultrasound and email purport to be from Laura and have the same subject line, ultrasound video proof. Laura appears to be denying that this is her ultrasound and that this was sent to Clayton. Would you consider forwarding me whatever Laura sent to you by email? Says Greg.
I love Greg. I love Steve's response.
What is Steve's response, Megan?
Here you go. One of many bizarre emails she sent me that in my mind proved nothing. And no, she never followed up with any sort of defamation suit against me, despite what her subject line says. And this, I believe, was after I'd gone off on her in my podcast, calling her a dumbass and a liar. Oh, well, enjoy.
Begin forwarded message.
Steve, I'm not a listener of your show normally, but I was told to check out yesterday's episode, and I was stunned, I tell you, stunned at what I heard on your 10-plus minute rant about me. The message that you tried to get out to your listeners yesterday was clear. You don't believe I'm pregnant. because of that. You think I have made up that I was abused in the past and that I shouldn't be doing anything publicly related to self-help and that I am doing a disservice to women. All of these things are provably wrong. I'm sending you this email not because I want to be pen pals.
Oh, Jesus.
Although I kind of want to be pen pals, but because I'm required to give you 30 days to retract your false statements before I sue for defamation. Not to be confused with defecation, since you have made every effort to attack my credibility and destroy my reputation. You have chosen to ignore evidence provided to you, including medical records and legal documents that prove I am telling the truth, and instead have assassinated my character. I don't owe anything to you. But in order to give you reason, Jesus Christ, how long is this? To give you reason to take back.
It's that long.
I am attaching a clip from this weekend of my pregnant belly, a sonogram from last month, and a video, so you know it's not doctored, from my patient portal, from a visit with my neurologist today, which proves that I am, by all accounts, 21 weeks pregnant with twins. Clayton has seen all of this, and I don't see why it's owed to the rest of the world. But apparently, if I don't give it out, I will be treated viciously by the public. Your allegations about me not being a victim of domestic violence would have been
Jesus Christ, Megan.
both of my exes was witnessed by strangers who have given public statements in both situations were uninformed and made maliciously. I know you have seen the witness statements, which is why I'm so confused as to why you would question my history of domestic violence. I even have photos of the injuries I suffered at the hands of the ex I was with for 2 years that are a part of his DV file in San Francisco. And while the second ex didn't physically hurt me, he did tell me to take the fucking abortion pills or call the cops.
Oh, stop. Oh, my God.
In writing, which is by all means abusive. Your comments are hurtful and shame me because I have been a victim of abuse more than once. As you know, listening to the audio calls with Ravgen, the results are not back yet. They're ongoing. Clearly, I do have fetal DNA in me, and Clayton's mention of little to no fetal DNA was in the sample, as the lab said, which didn't mean I have little to no fetal DNA in my body.
Kind of does, though.
I hope I'm not forced to file a lawsuit for defamation. As no desire for money from you or for Clayton. I just want a retraction and apology. All the best.
Megan Fox, everybody.
I gotta go be on Dave's stream. It's his birthday today. I can't leave my little bro hanging, so I gotta run. I love you.
All
John.
right. When we wrap it up, we'll send everybody over Dave's way.
All right, sounds good. See ya.
Bye. Oh, my Lord. Oh, that hurt. All right, let's read some super chats, shall we? Whoo! Megan Fox, everybody. Oh my God, we got almost 1,000 people here and only 429 likes. Come on, people. We should have 900 likes like that. While I'm reading these super chats, there's 2 of them. Just get down there and smash that like button. Let's get up to 900 likes instantly. Let's do it. I'm sorry, that was actually the wrong button and I tried to cover for it. I was going to say
Instantly.
All right, anyway, Tourette's Majestic. Member for 9 months. Thank you so much. Make it stop.
Make it stop. But please, also keep going. I'm dying of laughter.
Thank you so much to Reds Majestic for being a member for 9 months. Thank you for sticking around and putting up with this shit for 9 months. And T Underwood with the $5. Thank you so much for the support. Why didn't she have discharges tested for Clayton's DNA? I don't make me think about discharges. Stop it. At least have it on file or prove up to 21 plus weeks. I don't know, and I don't want to know, really. And Ozzy Just Jen says, oh my God, I keep trying to make sense of all the lies. And if at all possible, it's wild. And we're going to do this today. And then next time we'll go back in time and read Dave Gingras' filing, because we should give equal time to all sides. Not just one, because we don't want to make it look like we're being biased. We want to show that here on Legal Vices, we give both sides equal opportunity to present their case, which is what we'll do next time. But today we're all over this motion. And let's go back up to the top here, shall we? Where are we? There's a lot there from Planned Parenthood. A lot. Scrolling. Keep those wagons scrolling, ride. Oh, Exhibit 6. God, we're way back. Here we go. Exhibit 3. To date, that different sonogram has not been disclosed. The third is a sonogram of a fetus that appeared to be 21 weeks and 3 days old. This sonogram was sent from Laura's email on October 12th, 2023. Bears the last name Owens and was sent to the media with a commentary from Laura that
the last image I was troubling to me because I thought the boy's profile looked kind of weird attached, but the sonographer didn't say anything.
Exhibit 4. Do we want to see this? Do we want to see Exhibit 4? Exhibit 3. Wait. What the shit? What happened to Exhibit 4? How do you get on Exhibit 4 already? Did we skip Exhibit 3? We did, didn't we? Well, shit. All right, whatever. We should go back and read that. Follow-up flagged from Laura Owens. Subject, HIPAA violation. Now we can get back to the response. Haha. We'll do that later. We're knee deep in this one already. Okay, thanks. I would appreciate it. The last imaging I had was troubling to me because I thought the boy's profile looked kind of weird attached, but the sonographer didn't say anything. I guess I just don't know how to read these things, and I'm probably overanalyzing. The girls looked fine. Working on locating the source. I'll let you know what I find out. I didn't even see that it had my name on it. Did Greg send you that message, I'm guessing? No, there's not mine, etc., etc. Hey, Laura, please let me know. I just want to make sure something isn't floating around doctored or false ultrasound sonograms of yours. Is this the sonogram you've referenced of yours that you don't want shared? Cheers, Dave. See, this is Dave Neal. This is Dave Neal writing to her going, hey, I don't want to be spreading false information. I don't want to be floating around doctored or false sonograms. Is this the one you've said that you don't want shared? And she's, no, that's not mine. And so this is Dave actually being a very, very nice guy. Now, okay, they've redacted the picture. And then now she's going after Dave again. Dave, I hate to throw around the threat of a lawsuit and again, but I saw on Reddit that you were looking for an expert to review my sonogram. It is highly illegal, a HIPAA violation for you to be wanting to share anything related to my health without my permission, let alone trying to share it with strangers on the internet. I suggest you delete the post and any evidence you are trying to gather, as my sonogram image and video are 100% real and verified. You do not have my permission to be sharing phone calls, medical records, etc. with your public audience. I have shared them with you simply so you can keep them in mind with your audience, not so you can analyze them. How can he keep them in mind if he doesn't review them and analyze them? Well, hey, I was actually just going to ask you if you wanted me to share that. I wasn't sure. I appreciate you letting me know in advance. I'm actually going to be in Scottsdale for a week for some separate business with my wife. Hope the weather isn't too hot this time of year. Dave is being very, very cordial and very, very friendly. He's not being a weirdo. All right, let's go all the way back up to page 5. I think we missed the whole thing about Exhibit 3. Okay, there I deleted it. I had different sonogram upload. Okay, we can read Exhibit 3 later. Not important. This sonogram had not been disclosed, nor have any communications supporting Laura's repeated claim that she was pregnant with a boy and girl twins, despite the motion to compel requiring the same. Upon it, so apparently she failed to submit any evidence with the motion to compel, establishing that she had been, I don't know what's the word, diagnosed sounds like a real weird. She had been determined to be pregnant with a boy and girl twins. So I guess that never made its way in with the discovery that was supposed to have been submitted by the 18th. Upon information and belief, Laura opted not to disclose this sonogram or provide it to her own expert because it does not comport with her new July-August miscarriage timeline. See, yeah, that's the problem. This timeline has shifted so many times. First, it was she lost the twins in November, and the judge went, well, wait a minute. That triggers the whole stillbirth, not a miscarriage thing, and you need all the death certificates. So I need to know the exact date when this happened. Then it got bumped back to, I believe, July, September or maybe October, just before that cutoff line. And then it was July 23rd, and now we've got the whole my fetuses ate each other and I absorbed them over the course of many months. So yeah, we got problems there with the timeline at least, and I'm hoping to see some evidence to support her side of this. Laura's appended expert report and her counsel sharing the same on Twitter are contrary to the court's order and Laura's repeated claims that she was in need of protection. That's actually a very good argument just from the headline. She says she needs protection because, they're sharing all of these images, but now her counsel is sharing all of the images. But David Gingras, I seriously and honestly do appreciate your transparency and your diligence in uploading all of this stuff for our review. Not only did Laura's counsel, presumptively with her assent, posted his 100 plus page response on his personal Twitter account, which included the same medical records Laura demanded to be protected by this court and both expert reports contrary to court order. But they also provided commentary that the expert report prepared by two medical school obstetrics professors was a soft 2 on a scale of 1 to 10 for Laura, 10 being bad. It's Exhibit 5. Scroll on down to Exhibit 5. It's Exhibit 6. Oh, that's just his Twitter post. We don't need to read his Twitter posts. Sorry for that, folks. We'll go right back up to page 6 where we belong. This flies in the face of the court's order that no party shall disclose outside of themselves any medical or other documentation, exhibits, medical records, etc., disclosed between the parties. See court's minute entry dated February 21, 2024. Although expert reports have no bearing on the fraud Laura perpetrated on the court in the order of protection at issue, Laura's expert report not only shows Laura lied, at a minimum by omission, to her own expert. Yeah, lying to your own expert or failing to disclose information to your expert kind of cuts through the credibility of your report when they don't have the full set of information to come to their conclusions. Laura has admitted to tampering with the sonogram relied on by Judge Duty when he granted her order of protection. That is fraud and evidence tampering. It is. I mean, there's no way around it. Tampering with evidence and falsifying medical records is exactly that. Her expert report, which only appears to rely on fabricated data and omitted medical records, which may also be fabricated, about her having an ovary removed, has questionable value. Laura altered a sonogram and used that fake evidence to secure an order of protection. This is fraud upon the court. Bernie says, hi, everyone in chat. Hope everything's going well today. Yeah, we're a little animated today. I wonder if Clayton has ever seen her private parts. Well, apparently, yeah. That's how all this shit started. Was getting too close to each other's private parts. Yick! Don't make me think about that. Lois Thomas says, I think she may have actually had a psychotic break over the infidelity and constant rejection from men. Who knows? You know, I just hope everybody gets the help they want and need and deserve. Well, to the extent that this court believes the improperly published expert report is relevant, it should be noted that absent from Dr. Medchill, like seriously, there is a doctor out there named Dr. Medchill. He's like, hey, I'm just like a chill doctor. I'm Dr. Medchill, baby. So yeah, he's got Dr. Medchill. Come on over, Dr. Medchill. Let's look at Dr. Medchill's report. Is in any way of Laura's boy, I med-chilled my way out of that sentence. Let's start the whole sentence all over again. To the extent that this court believes the improperly published expert report is relevant, it should be noted that absent from Dr. Medchill's report is any review of Laura's medical record that shows she had an oophorectomy or ovary removed in 2016. So yeah, noticeably absent from his report is anything about having an ovary removed. There is no mention of Dr. John Chung Kale Chan, MD's records for Laura, who reportedly diagnosed her with real ovarian cancer, not something that just may be there. I've seen lots and lots and lots of medical diagnoses and medical reports, both here and in the U.S. as part of my business and part of my clumsy life being in and out of the hospital a lot. And I have never seen one that says your diagnosis like totally real cancer, like real cancer, not something that just may be there. Like you're diagnosed with like totally real cancer. Or of Dr. Rebecca Yee, MD's records for Laura, who said, yesterday, 8/30/16, you received ovary removal surgery, an oophorectomy of your right ovary, as well as a surgical abortion. That's just something you would want your expert to know. Or, I mean, maybe that's something you don't want your expert to know, but your expert should know it. That should definitely be something your expert should know. Additionally, all confirmed medical records for Laura fail to mention a missing ovary, which would be critical information Laura would need to inform her doctors about. As according to Dr. EMD in a letter to Laura, at this point, having children on your own would obviously be impossible. What do you think, Strawberry? Does that sound like some bullshit to you? Okay. Yeah, there's a little more to being exactly, Cynthia Retfire 42. If they remove an ovary and is positive for cancer, there's chemo involved. What are the records? Yeah, there's a little more to treating cancer than just lopping off an ovary. There's a little more to the treatment than that. And she's also saying that her doctor said at this point, having children on your own would obviously be impossible. Okay. Upon information and belief, either Laura lied to her own expert, this court, and the providers, or, which is kind of where I fall on this whole spectrum, Laura faked additional medical records going back to 2016 as part of her pregnancy for a relationship con. That, Occam's razor would say, is the simplest answer. Lord, and Booby Berries here says, and if there's chemo involved post oophorectomy, they might have suggested fertility preservation procedures like egg freezing. Oof. Yeah, either all of this happened or she's lying. So she lied to her expert and failed to disclose that all of this happened, or she lied about it happening and therefore there was nothing to tell her expert. Again, these are not great choices. We talked about several not great choices that were presented to her yesterday. This is also not another great choice that she and her attorney have to make. Do they say, okay, we admit that she didn't disclose all of these very important facts to her expert, and so therefore her expert testimony is shit? Or did she falsify the evidence, so therefore there was nothing to actually show her expert? Some more minor misstatements, maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll have to see what the response to the response to the response is, because I'm assuming there's going to be one. Well, actually, what he did file after this was filed was a motion just to throw all this out. He makes a lot of technical arguments why this should just be thrown out. It's not important what it says. It should just be thrown out. And we'll read that next time. Wow. The sonogram at issue and the sole reason, okay, the evidence supports the conclusion that Laura perpetrated fraud before Judge Judy and this court. The sonogram at issue and the sole reason Judge Judy granted Laura's order of protection did not come from the smile, despite its appearance. According to Laura's testimony, she changed the top of that sonogram from Planned Parenthood to Smile. Amended motion for relief from judgment based on fraud. See Exhibit 1, which we just finished reading. It also, despite Laura's bizarre testimony at the deposition, that's also what we finished at the end of yesterday and then today with Megan Fox, reading this, she went on for like 10 pages trying to explain how where these original sonograms were, how she got them, who gave them to her, how she recorded it. And it was bad. It was bad. And also, despite Laura's bizarre testimony, the deposition did not come from Planned Parenthood, who noted, per our EMR team, the ultrasound image provided in your fax does not appear consistent with ultrasound images generated by our practice. This is because upon information and belief and considering the existing information, it is not really Laura's sonogram, and instead was manufactured by Laura with the intent to defraud the court into believing that Laura was pregnant with Clayton's twins and that she was receiving obstetric care, which has also been confirmed to be false. Wow. I mean, this, man, we haven't seen all of the evidence that Laura's side has submitted or is going to submit. We haven't heard the arguments in court, but by God, they better be good, because this is looking horrible for her side. This is looking really, really bad. And if it is as bad as it seems, man, just find a way out of this, because it's going to get ugly. Find a way out now. Jeebus. Let's look at point 5. I just got up catching here on 1.5. I love when Jeff is so animated, but he's muted the whole time. Ginger with a soul. In an hour and 15 minutes from now, shame on you. Shame on you. Wagstall's 007 with the 10 pounds. Thank you so much for the 10 pounds. My ovary died. My ovary didn't die. That's a different case. My ovary died. No, my ovary didn't die. It's in a hospice in Southern Florida. And I had to go. I'm having enough trouble keeping Laura and Lynette separate. Please don't add to the confusion. I'm old and my brain can't take it. I can barely remember to turn on a microphone. Hey, Fire and Ice, got to head to work. Y'all have a great day, afternoon, or night. Take care, Fire and Ice. Glad you were here. So yes, yes, Grifter wannabe, we do now have Schrodinger's ovaries. We got Schrodinger's ovaries over here. We won't know if she has 2 ovaries or only 1 until the moment that an actual sonogram or ultrasound or x-ray confirms. Can you confirm ovaries with x-rays? I guess you can. I don't know. Never had to worry about it. And Equality seems to be replacing Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice left. Equality's Batman and Bruce Wayne thing going on here. Still can't work out with all the daddy's dollars why she didn't have a family doctor or specialist see her. I'll let you jump to your own conclusions there. And sorry, everybody, for Strawberry chewing on this bone very loudly over there, but she's just snacking away at it. When someone I know had an ovary removed in their 30s, their OBGYN told them it might trigger the onset of menopause early. So would there be a possibility of this happening too? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a doctor, but it's possible. Bernice Conklin, member for 10 months. Jeff, I'm glad that you're okay. You're so appreciated. Thanks for everything you do. Well, I'm glad I'm okay too. Thanks for the concern and care, Bernice. That's very sweet of you. And yep, that's it. We are all caught up. Let's get on to point 5 here. And we got about 36 minutes left, and then we're gonna pop on over to Dave Neal and see what he's doing. All righty, let's see here. Number 5. Clayton is entitled to his reasonable attorney fees and costs. Yes, I believe so. If it turns out that he's correct, wink, wink. And costs incurred in this entire action, including all filings related to this motion for relief from judgment. Laura was fully aware of the true nature and circumstances underpinning her perjurious, I like that word, perjurious statement. And when she admitted medical evidence. All right, that's not the greatest sentence ever crafted. Laura was fully aware of the true nature and circumstances underpinning her perjurious statements and when she admitted medical evidence. All right. On October 6th and October 25, 2023, she knew she had not received an ultrasound for her alleged twin pregnancy and that the sonogram she had proffered was, upon information and belief, created by her. She knew the sonogram was fabricated when she deposed Clayton on February 2, 2024, and yet she presented the sonogram to him and falsely attributed it to Smile. When she was deposed by Clayton in March, she knew she was lying when she said the sonogram was falsely attributed to Smile but originated at Planned Parenthood. A lie which was not confirmed until Clayton received confirmation from Planned Parenthood on April 26, 2024. Clayton has had to incur significant costs and fees unraveling Laura's ever-expanding web of lies. Strong statements there, which include having to defend himself against her malignant filing of the underlying order of protection. Clayton is entitled to his reasonable attorney fees and costs expended defending himself against Laura, pursuant to ARS 25324. Wherefore, Clayton respectfully requests the court to dismiss the order of protection in its entirety on the basis of fraud. Grant leave to Clayton to submit a child doll affidavit. The child doll affidavit is an affidavit basically sent to the court, it's submitted to the court saying that the other side's attorney fees are ridiculously inflated or they're improper in some way, and award Clayton his reasonable attorney fees, and D, order such further relief as the court deems just, including sanctions available to this court, respectfully submitted yesterday. Wow. And here's the verification. I, Clayton Echard, declare under penalty of perjury that I am the respondent in the above captioned matter, that I have read the foregoing reply to petitioner's response to respondent's amended motion for relief based on fraud, and I know of the contents thereof, that the foregoing is true and correct according to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief, and as to those things stated upon information and belief, I believe them to be true. That's him putting his name on the dotted line. All right, let's go through some more of these attachments here, some of the important attachments, and then we'll move on to more Gingras submitted stuff. Okay, that's the letter we read previously to Planned Parenthood. Good morning. Please see attached from attorneys Greg R. Woodnick and Isabella Rainey. Please feel free to contact our office with any. This is probably the request. Yeah, this is the request here. Dear provider, This is sent to the Planned Parenthood Westminster Health Center, Costa Mesa Health Center, and the Mission Viejo Health Center. 3 Planned Parenthoods got this. Dear provider, this is a follow-up letter confirming that the information previously faxed to our office attached is all of the information you have on file for Laura Michelle Owens. Ms. Owens is claiming that an ultrasound was performed on July 2nd, 2023, and was administered by Dr. Mandeep Sidhu in your Costa Mesa location. She provided screenshots of this. I thought it was the Mission Viejo location. Okay. I think there may be a misstatement there. The question, she said she didn't get it from Smile. She got it from the Planned Parenthood in Mission Viejo. She has provided screenshots of this alleged appointment as well as a visit summary that contains no information attached. Curiouser and curiouser. Mission Fato. She has also provided what she avers to be the ultrasound from that visit. Please note she has testified to doctoring the heading of the image attributed to Smile, the Southwest Medical Imaging, but claims she obtained the actual ultrasound from your organization. The alleged ultrasound is also attached to this email. If you can kindly recheck your records using the patient ID number provided to confirm or deny that Ms. Owens for July 2nd, 2023 was seen in person for an ultrasound, that would be much appreciated. If any additional records come up during your search, please provide those as well. Now we need to look at the reply from them. Planned Parenthood, Orange and San Bernardino counties. Okay. Right. That's the Declaration of the Records. So Anaheim. Okay. So that would be the Mission Viejo thing. All right. So whatever the confusion was there for me or him, it was apparently taken care of. The original letter to your organization that contains the court order for Ms. Owens' medical records as well as her signed HIPAA release is attached for your reference. Please note that this cause does involve fraud allegations against one of the parties, including medical records doctoring and manipulation. As such, please assure your custodian of records not only provides the full file, but if there are records that were not produced by your office, e.g. submitted by a party through an online portal, that they be clearly identified as such, including the submission date, so that they are not misconstrued as records prepared by your office. Inversely, if your records confirms no other records exist, please have your custodian of records provide a basic affidavit indicating that they are the custodian, comprehensive search was conducted, and there are no additional items. Time is of the essence. Please send. All right, here is the Planned Parenthood Mission Viejo Health Center. Okay, these are it's the same thing as being sent essentially to all of them. Yeah. All right. All 3 of the places. Okay, that's the HIPAA release. We don't need to see that. It's the Judge Mata order. Ordered motion to continue trial. And we read the letters to Steve, etc., etc. I don't know anything to you. All right. Laura to Clayton. These are the weird emails. We've read some of these before in the past. This is the one about the sonogram. This afternoon, I opened the file labeled Sonogram 9523 Move, and it matches up with the still photo that Dave sent me, which I told him was not my ultrasound. I stand by that 100%. I'm 100% sure you won't believe me, but I had a different sonogram video with that title that I uploaded weeks ago. Greg went into the Dropbox, my computer, and changed it. Did he really? My Dropbox was open to everyone to edit rather than just view, which I didn't know for about a week. He would benefit so much if he were able to throw this on me, which he won't be able to do. If neither you nor Dave posted the costume photo with me holding that specific sonogram image of our son, then Greg went into my computer and took it. No one else was sent it. I am sending you what I am sending to Detective Craig Reedy about all that connects Gillespie to this. I'm filing harassment charges against him, which is a serious felony. I would hope that you might understand the mix-up with sonogram videos based on your friend Greg's history. I'm still very much pregnant. This is October 14th. I'm still very much pregnant, which can only be explained through David Gingrich's consumed twins one at a time, the consumed twin and the absorbed twin story. I'm still very much pregnant on Saturday, October 14th, 2023 at 9:29 p.m. And it's too much for me to read what has been written about me and what armchair psychologists think, when the reality is that I am still pregnant and that's it. I'm still pregnant and that's it. I think you were very, very high that night and forgot that when I was on top of you on your couch, you were begging me to let you put it in for 30 seconds. Then 25, 20, 15, 10. I said no each time. Then I thought you were just fingering me, but you stuck it in briefly. Ugh. Ick. I thought you were just fingering me, but I stuck it in briefly. But you stuck it in briefly. Not me. I didn't. I swear to God. I told this story to my family and my inner circle of friends the day after we hooked up. What did you tell them? What did you tell your family and inner circle of friends? That he was begging me to put it inside of him. I thought he was just fingering me, but then he slipped it in. Is that what you told your family? Ugh. Oh, probably. I have people messaging me probably. Just kidding. Flux's message from 2 hours ago saying, you're muted. Yeah, we know, Flux. We figured it out. Oh, I don't want to finish this paragraph. I don't want to finish this paragraph. It's nasty. I told this to my family and inner circle of friends the day after we hooked up, and nothing about how I have told the story has changed since then. That's exactly what happened. I'm not making this up at all, and have been asked why I haven't said anything since this started. I know we technically had the same amount of weed, according to you, but I think you were a lot higher since you started a long time before me. Again, I don't expect you to believe me. Aaron says, lol, Jeff, you got yourself into this mess. Stop. My penis can only get so erect. Penalty box with you. I realize that a neurologist is not an OBGYN. Yeah, not even close. But that is the most recent doctor who saw me and who clearly agreed with the fact that I look 21 weeks pregnant. Well, gee, you know what? I could go into a construction site and go, why that looks like a 75% finished building, and I would have no fucking clue if it was or not, because I'm not a construction worker or a contractor. As you can see from the screenshot, she referred me to a different specialist who diagnosed me with epilepsy during pregnancy. So believe it or not, I am still very much pregnant, and you are welcome to go with me to the doctor if you would like. Damn, he should have gone. All of your celebratory videos are in poor taste when testing is by no means completed yet. And if you're testing whether or not you're fucking pregnant has not been completed by June, July, August, 5 fucking months into it, you got some problems. Good Lord. What do you mean testing isn't complete yet? I would fully expect the test results to come back with you as the confirmed father at the end of the week. Apparently that didn't happen. As I've said before, I would have no reason to continue communication with you if I weren't pregnant, since I want nothing at all from you, other than the relationship you were trying to contract him into having with you. Therefore, I hope you believe what I told you in the first 2 paragraphs. All the best, Laura Owens. Whew. Sent on behalf, this is to Patrice O'Malley. Sent on behalf of Joseph W. Cutchett. Dear Laura. This is sent from Patrice to Laura, sorry. I'm assuming Ron Owens is her father, I guess. I don't know. Dear Laura, thank you for the note. It was an extraordinary story with Gillespie. Oh, all right, fine. Let's see. We have to read this here. All right. We have to read this one first. Hi, Patrice. Hope all is well. I'm happy to report that default judgment was granted in my favor in the abortion coercion lawsuit I filed against my short-term Gary Gillespie, Greg Gillespie. No, Jill Ems, I was not going to say that. I am pursuing fraud charges as a result of the fraudulent emails that he concocted and were purported to have come from me. So she's accusing him of fraud, accusing Greg Gillespie of manufacturing emails that are purported to have come from her. He has apparently doctored an ultrasound image from the internet and attributed it to me. I have seen no proof of it. However, his attorney, in an attempt to intimidate me, claimed that he had sent it to Joe and that Joe had presumably informed me of the counterclaim against me for fraud. As baffling as this is to you, it's equally baffling to me. I deeply apologize for their attempt to involve Joe and your firm in this and would really appreciate any information you can give me on this, as I have my doubts about whether he and Joe had this conversation. All the best, Laura Owens. And the law firm replies, thank you for the note. It is an extraordinary story with Gillespie. I'm glad you're pursuing charges as the conduct is outrageous. If we can help in any way, if we can have your business and take your money, please do not hesitate to call. We'd be happy to put you on the payroll. And by payroll, I mean our payroll, for us to take your pay. This was interesting. Before we get into this, let's check what's going on over here. Hi, chat. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, chat. We got about 20 minutes left, and we'll go on over and say hi to Dave. Equality with a member for 5 months says, hey, 5 months, not so newbie anymore. Yay. Equality, you are a gem. You are an absolute gem. Thank you for staying up a little bit later this evening with us, as always, but also this fine young Equality has just given us 5 memberships as well. 5 months, 5 memberships. Gifted 5 Legal Vices membership. Fire and Ice got one. Lois Thomas got one. Zizix, hey, I haven't seen you for a bit. Zizix got one. B Stoned and J Shaw 9 got memberships. If you're one of those people and you got a membership from Equality, make sure you give Equality a super special thanks. And Island with a 5. I'm gonna need you to stop reading Laura's message in your sexy whisper. It's confusing, Kay. Thanks. Oh, Island, I never want to read that from her. At least her schmexy story. I never want to read that again. So don't worry, you're good there. Hey, Danielle, what's up? Danielle in the house. Oh, Lord. All right. So this is interesting. This is filed by Greg Woodnick, and this is the first time I've seen this. This is interesting, and I want to get some backstory on this, but the chances of getting backstory on this are probably pretty slim. And if anybody knows, I'd be interested in hearing the story. In the Superior Court of the State of Arizona and for the County of Maricopa, Laura Owens plaintiff and Gregory Gillespie defendant. So this is in the previous before Laura Owens came involved. Amended motion to withdraw as attorney of record for a defendant without consent. So this is Greg Woodnick filing a motion to the court to allow him to withdraw as Gillespie's lawyer against Gillespie's will. He won't consent to letting him leave, and so he's asking the judge to allow him to leave even though his client doesn't want him to leave. In accordance with Rule 53A2B2 of the Arizona Rules of Civil Procedure, the undersigned respectfully moves the court for an order allowing Casey Y. Bowman, Greg R. Woodnick, Marcus Ringer, and the firm of Woodnick Law PLLC to withdraw as attorneys of record for defendant Gregory Gillespie. This is fast. I had not read this before. The reason for this motion is that a breakdown in communication between attorney and client has occurred, such that the attorney cannot proceed with the client's representation. The client has failed to substantially to fulfill an obligation to the lawyer regarding the lawyer's services and has been given reasonable warning that the lawyer will withdraw. I don't know what the issue was here. There's a breakdown in communication and they can't continue. The client failed to substantially fill an obligation to the lawyer regarding lawyer services. The only thing I can think of, and this is pure speculation, but contextually, and having sent a few of these letters myself to clients, I'm thinking perchance Gillespie wasn't getting paid. Because Gillespie is failing to fulfill an obligation to the lawyer regarding the lawyer's services. The only thing I'm thinking of it was there was some money involved. I don't know. He wasn't getting paid for his services. I don't know. And withdrawal can be accomplished without material adverse effects of the client pursuant. Undersigned counsel's withdrawal in this matter is requested. Counsel undersigned hereby certifies defendant has previously been notified of the status of this case and is aware of his duty to communicate with the assigned arbitrator, Ms. Jackson. Last known address is this, wherefore the undersigned respectfully requests an order granting the withdrawal from further representation of defendant Gregory Gillespie on this matter. Yeah, this is separate from that email that was sent to the judge. This has to be separate because this wasn't, they said that it was going to we tried to drug and grape her. This is saying that his client was doing something that went against an obligation that Gillespie had to him. And he was given warnings that if it continued, he would have to withdraw. Like I said, it's pure speculation, but the only thing I can think of, it was a fee thing. He wasn't getting paid. I have no idea. It could be something completely different, but the only time I've ever sent a letter like that is when I wasn't getting paid. Well, all right. I think we read that. This is all the sonogram stuff. Dave being a good boy. Gingriss's Twitter feed. We don't need to read that. Exhibit 6. Gingras now bullying someone who came on my podcast a couple of months ago, says Steve Carbone. From somebody to Steve. FYI, don't want my name used, but FYI, feel free to send to Dave. Assuming, I don't know, somebody. I have no idea who that is. I am Laura's attorney. From David Gingras. David Gingras to Reality Steve. What has he said? What has he said to Reality Steve? Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Sorry, I've blocked the screen. Here we go. I'm Laura's attorney in the paternity matter. I'm Laura's attorney in the paternity matter involving Clayton Echard. I have no idea who you are, and I have no idea what you know about this case. Laura did CC on her email to you, and she forwarded your response below. That's all the information I have about you. Based on what you've said here, it sounds like you're part of the Clayton Echard cult. If that's not true, my apologies. But despite only being involved in this case for less than 30 days, I have never seen such a shocking level of cult-like mass hysteria in my life. Seriously, it's both shocking and disturbing. I've been practicing law for more than 20 years, and I've handled tons and tons of cases that involved way more animosity than this, but I have never seen such dishonest and delusional thinking from an opposing party. Never, not even close. This one takes the cake. It's like Clayton's followers have created this fake fantasy world in which Clayton is the hero, Laura is Satan, and they cannot accept any evidence to the contrary. No, for fuck's sakes, I want all the evidence to the contrary, Dave. Mr. Gingras, I swear to God, I really don't care whether Clayton is the father or not. I care about what the evidence shows. And so far, from what I've seen, the reasonable conclusion that she was never pregnant that I have is based upon the evidence that I've seen so far. What evidence I've seen or not seen from Laura's side leads me to believe that she's not credible and can't be trusted and was probably never pregnant. So please, I want the evidence. I want the hard evidence to show that she was pregnant, because that would be a fun stream if I eventually get convinced that Laura Owens is pregnant. was pregnant, and then I'm more than happy to just unload on to go after Clayton Echard to let him have it, because that would be a fun stream to do. Oh my Lord, look what the truth is. That would be a fun stream to do. That would be fun. But I need to see the evidence. It's not a cult thing. I don't care who the father is or if there was a father. I just want the truth. And so far, the truth is in Clayton Echard's court, as far as I see. Convince me, fight me about it. No, don't fight me about it. Just convince me otherwise. Again, I have no idea what you previously said about this case, and I don't know what your agenda is here. But your email below is a clear example of the broken cult mind mentality that is permeating this case. It's sad, and it's annoying that people actually live this way. I'm talking about this line specifically. Quote, "It's very clear that the easiest way to prove a pregnancy is not to hire a retired doctor to review medical records you've provided, with a clear request for him to support your case." How is that? How is that? No rational person would say this. This is cult speak. How is this cult speak? That is rational. If you want to, if someone said, "Look, I'm going to prove to you I'm pregnant." Look, somebody comes to me and says, "You're the father of my child," and I say, "Prove it," and they have two choices: going and getting an actual real OBGYN to actually really look at me and conduct whatever tests they conduct and come back and say, "Yes, you are in fact pregnant, and we estimate you're this far along." I would find that much more believable. And if someone came to me and said, "Here's a letter that I wrote to a retired doctor, and I asked him to review some medical records without actually examining me and ask him to support my case," I would not be particularly swayed by that. How is that cult speak? How is that absurd to say, "Look, if you want to prove it, perhaps you should do something other than go to a retired doctor and ask him to support your case and send him a few medical records for him to review"? That isn't, dude, chill the fuck out. Of course, any rational person would say that. A rational person would say that. That is not cult speak. That is there. It's we have something here called the best evidence rule. It doesn't exactly pertain to this, but I like it. I like the way it's titled. Best evidence rules, like if you have a copy of something, the original is better. It's the original is the best evidence. Sometimes you can use a copy of the original. But I'm thinking the best evidence in this case is a report or someone who's actually done the examination. So, if you bothered to review the packet of information sent to Dr. Medchill, you'd see two things. First, Dr. Medchill is a 100% neutral, absolutely top-level expert. He was chairman of the OBGYN department at one of the largest hospitals in Phoenix. He has personally delivered more babies than any other doctor in Arizona. His credentials in this first are beyond question, whereas Clayton's experts have far less experience. Second, at no point was Dr. Medchill ever asked to support Laura's case. Dr. Medchill has never met Laura, and he has no reason to be anything but honest about what he thinks happened here. He's not doing Laura any favors. He is simply a lifelong medical professional who is expressing an opinion about an area in which he is a subject matter expert. In fact, not only was there no pressure on Dr. Medchill to support one conclusion or the other, he was specifically asked if he believed Clayton's position was correct. He could have said whatever he wanted. See, this is really weird to write this long of a letter to a guy you don't know, a guy you don't care about, and a guy you think is lying, and a guy who you're just not interested in engaging with. This is a very, very long letter. He could have said whatever he wanted in response to that question. He has believed Clayton was right, as you clearly do. He would have said so if he believed. But he didn't, because Clayton is 100% wrong. And it's worth nothing that Dr. Medchill was paid in advance for his work. He was paid before he ever rendered any opinion at all. Again, that simply shows he is a neutral professional who has nothing to gain from his opinions here. Oh, let me play devil's advocate for just a second, shall we? Hey, Dr. Medchill, retired guy, I'm going to pay you this much money to review this medical record for my client and tell me whether or not you think my client is correct or whether the other guy is correct. I'll wait. I would, I don't know. See, you could argue that would sort of be an enticement to say something in support of the guy who just paid you the money to say something. Yeah, I mean, you could argue it would be different if you was okay. Please give us your opinion, and then I'll pay you. That could all. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird he would even say this because it doesn't prove anything one way or the other. One other response to your snide remark about how hiring experts isn't the best. It wasn't snide. It was a statement, and it was an accurate statement. We only hired an expert after Clayton disclosed that he had hired 2 experts. Got that? Dr. Medchill is a rebuttal expert. We only hired him for the narrow purpose of responding to Clayton's experts, who, by the way, do not support Clayton's position at all. Okay, so they're saying Clayton's experts don't support Clayton's position. Well, that's interesting. We'll have to see about that, won't we? All right. So if you really think that calling experts is not the best way to address all this stuff, you should probably criticize Clayton for hiring 2 experts first, thereby forcing us to respond in kind. Well, see, here's the deal. She's the one that has to prove she's pregnant. He's the one that has to hire he can't prove she's not, but he has to get the experts. He's the one that has to hire the experts to look at what she's submitted to say whether or not she's right, because it's her. If he can't figure this out, this is a weird, disingenuous writing. Weird. Anyway, having debated many members of Clayton's cult, at least he's spelling them with C's now instead of K's, because remember it was KKK, Clayton's crazy cult. I realize that logic and sanity have no value for them. So please just ignore this message. 1, 2 pages. I've written you a 2-page letter where I'm calling you a piece of shit and a cult member, and you're dumb and you're not reasonable and you're not rational. You're not rational. You're snide. But just go ahead and ignore this. I realize logic and sanity have no value for them. So just ignore this message and go back to believing whatever makes you happy. All right. That was weird. From somebody to Laura Owens, RE, the facts versus your interview with Reality Steve. I wonder who wrote this. All right, we're just about ready to wrap this up, by the way, and I'll try to send everybody over to Dave for his birthday stream. As you may remember, my latest book examines moral courage and the importance of speaking up in the face of wrongdoing, even when it's hard. I repeat what I said on that podcast, which is I really hope you're getting some help. It's very clear that the easiest way to prove a pregnancy. Okay, this is from Steve, I guess. Why would you redact his name and then up here say it was him? All right, whatever. It's very clear that the easiest way to prove a pregnancy is not to hire a retired doctor to review medical records you provided. With a clear request for him to support your case, I'm surprised that you want that point repeated publicly in a courtroom. You have the option to do the right thing here, even if it's hard, and to take responsibility for your actions. Okay. All the best, Laura Owens. All right, this is our last letter we're going to read. We're going to read the letter from Laura Owens to Steve Carbone that started all of this, I guess. Dear somebody who may or may not be Steve Carbone, for months, I've been haunted by your comments on Reality Steve's podcast. Okay, so maybe it's a guest. I guess it's perhaps a guest. I don't know. Grappling with the pain they deepened during what has been the worst period of my life. Dr. Medchill, a respected retired OBGYN who delivered over 22,000 babies during his career, recently reviewed my medical history and confirmed with 99% certainty that I was indeed pregnant. I'm only writing to you now to attach his report and prove that I was telling the truth all along. Except for you didn't tell him you were apparently missing an ovary and there was all these other problems. But during your conversation with Steve, okay, so it was someone else on Steve, I guess, on Steve's show. During your conversation with Steve, you said I was fabricating both my pregnancy and my claims of feeling suicidal. The gleeful and giddy way you spoke about my mental health stripped away any semblance of empathy I once admired in you. It seems the allure of a high-profile platform like his show blinded you to the most basic tenets of humanity. Comments like these presented as professional insights shattered me. Is she actually having suicidal ideation? Or is she understanding that by saying she's having suicidal ideation, she's going to be a win? There's going to be a win? If she really is in crisis, why is she using it to manipulate situations instead of seeking help? Her claims are convenient excuses, aren't they, designed to garner sympathy and to manipulate her emotions? Fine. You remain the only well-respected professional who has publicly spoken about the situation, and with that came a responsibility that was not met with the gravity it warranted. Your words have not only been quoted by those looking to discredit and mock my experiences, but you have also given ammunition to conspiracy theorists who use your words as proof of my alleged deceit. If you had doubts about the truth, you should have addressed them with me before you publicly discredited me. Well, if you had problems telling the truth, you shouldn't have made the statements, these minor misinformations that you made to the court and in documents, and the minor revisions you did to medical records and evidence. Maybe you shouldn't have done those as well. If you had doubts about the truth, you should have addressed them with me before publicly discrediting me. Before you publicly discredited me. You knew how to reach me. Having been a 2-time guest on Nobody Told Me, you could have verified the pregnancy yourself, as I would have simply given you the login information for my patient portal. You chose not to. This letter isn't a request for an apology, as an apology can't reverse the effects of what has already been broadcast. Your conversation with Steve has reverberated in my mind for months, serving as a constant reminder of how my genuine pain has been callously dismissed and subjected to unfounded doubt. Oh, I'm going to argue that the doubt is well-founded. I'm just going to argue that point. Yeah. I'm just going to argue that little point. Your choice to speak about me in the manner you did neglected the very essence of psychological practice. To first do no harm. It wasn't just a professional failing, but a human one. Please keep this email between us and don't share it with the people who have made my life a living hell. So her lawyer doesn't want this out, but then it gets back to her lawyer, and her lawyer puts it out there and gives it to the other counsel, and now there it is. It's worked its way into a court filing. It's out in public now because it went from whoever that was to apparently to Steve Carbone, or directly to your lawyer. Then it got handed over apparently to other lawyers, to Echard's lawyer, and now it's in the court filing, and now it's out. Attached is Dr. Medchill's report, which I hope serves as a stark reminder that I was telling the truth about my pregnancy all along, and that your flippant remarks on my mental health crisis were not only misguided, but almost pushed me over the edge. All the best, Laura Owens. All right. That, ladies and germs, is the end at exactly the 2-hour mark on the dot by the time we wrap up here in 2.5 minutes. So what's going to happen next time we do this, which will probably be Friday. There's a good chance we'll do this again on Friday because there's a lot to get through. We'll go back and we will continue reading the petitioner's response to respondents' amended motion for relief. We'll look at the expert reports and things like that were submitted to the court. We also have a couple of other documents that were submitted by David Gingras today as well. One is an emergency motion to strike the entirety of this motion, this action for relief based on fraud. He wants the entire thing thrown out. We're going to read that motion to strike out the entire motion, and the motion in limine to limit witnesses that can be called at the June 10th hearing. The witnesses that they want, this is a little bit of a sneak preview. He desperately is trying to keep the following people from testifying at the June 10th hearing. 3 witnesses he doesn't want there. 3 witnesses he is asking the court to exclude from the proceedings. Greg Gillespie, Michael Maricini, and Matthew Mulvey. Woodnick wants to call those three as witnesses, and Gingras is trying desperately to get them limited and to not allow them to be called as witnesses. All right, we got 490 people left here. Everybody went over to Dave's already. We're going over there. I don't know. I'm going to see if we can send people over there. I know we got a couple super chats to get through here, but real quickly, let me see if we can. I don't know because last time Dave wasn't set up to take a redirect. Let's see here. Go to my YouTube studio. Go to content. Live. Clayton, Echard, Laura Owens. That's today. Customization.
Redirect.
Dave Neal. Oh, Dave, we can send you all. Everybody, we're going to send you over to Dave Neal right now. So make sure you tell Dave Neal hi. But first, before we do that, Anju Zelda with a $5. Thank you so very, very much for your support. Maybe he's right. I never thought about it in that sense before. However, I have a letter written from a retired lawyer proving that isn't called talk. That would be funny if it didn't ring too close to home there. The DCV Titan with a Canadian $5. I believe she's pregnant. I'll believe she's pregnant when she gives birth to the Fiverr logo. It's got pointy edges. Ugh, that would hurt. Thank you so much, DCV Titan. And finally, Susan Jordan capping us off for the night. Cash for Puppers Chewies. Can the other three men use Clayton's case to sue Laura Owens for fraud? That's a good. There's no easy way to answer that. That's a depends, but probably not answer. It's sad. This whole situation is sad. Why has it got to come to this? Just everybody do the right thing. Everybody admit what you got to admit. And as I've said, as the intro song says, be better. Be better. Let's just get out of the legal stink of all of this and be better. Do the right thing. Both sides. That's what I say. And thank you, mods, for being here and doing your moddy stuff. Thank you, chat, for being here. Thank you for the generosity, the super chats, which will go straight into this. Everything is going for vacation fund this month because I'll be taking my vacation for 2 weeks from the 25th of this month. So dogs will be getting some treats. I'll be getting some treats and other things. So this is a vacation fund. Thank you so much for that. Deeply, deeply appreciated. Thank you for the super chats, the monthly memberships, the gifted memberships. Thank you for keeping us laughing in chat. You guys rock. Join me tomorrow where we will cover the entirety of day 3 of the Karen Reed trial. It's a half day, so we'll start at 9 a.m. Eastern time and we'll go to the lunch break, which is going to be the whole day. So there's only a half day, so I will cover the whole thing live. Karen Reed tomorrow. Friday, more Dave Neal. I haven't had Dave on for a while. It's his birthday and the baby's coming soon, but I'm going to try to get Dave on Friday to go over some of this, but we'll have more of the Clayton Echard, Laura Owens stuff, the Gingras perspective on Friday. Thanks, everybody. Go tell Dave hi, tell Dave happy birthday, and tell him that Legal Vices sent you, and we'll see you tomorrow for live Karen Reed. Until then, take care. Love you guys.